Hey guys, it's Miss Gibson, and today we are going on a reading safari. We're going to be looking for some tigers, and the book we're going to read today is The Tiptoeing Tiger. It's written by Philippa Leathers, and I hope you like it.
Everyone in the forest knew that tigers were sleek, silent, and totally terrifying. When a tiger prowled through the forest, everyone found other places to be. But no one took any notice of Little Tiger. Roar! No one jumped when he roared. No one ran away when he tumbled through the forest. His brother laughed. Oh, Little Tiger, you're too small and clumsy to scare anyone. I am not, said Little Tiger. I'm sleek, silent, and totally terrifying. His brother smiled. I don't think you can scare a single animal in the forest. I can, said Little Tiger, and I'll prove it. Little Tiger began to tiptoe through the forest as silently as he could. Tiptoe, tiptoe, tiptoe. Roar! You don't scare me, yawned Boar. I could hear you coming a mile away. Bother, said Little Tiger, and he set off again to find someone else to scare. Tiptoe, tiptoe, tiptoe. Roar! Hello, Little Tiger, said Elephant. Did I scare you? Asked Little Tiger. Oh no, you're much too small. Drat, said Little Tiger, and he set off again to find someone else to scare. Tiptoe, tiptoe, tiptoe. Roar! Was that meant to scare us? Asked the monkeys, laughing. Yes, it was, said Little Tiger. The monkeys just kept laughing. Little Tiger felt sad. I may not be sleek, silent, or totally terrifying, he thought, but I will find someone to scare. Just then a frog jumped, splosh, into a pond. This is my chance, thought Little Tiger. I can scare that tiny jumpy frog. He crept silently up to the water's edge. Tiptoe, tiptoe, tiptoe. Roar! Oh, help! Cried Little Tiger. Bravely, Little Tiger tiptoed back to the water's edge and slowly peered into the pond. A tiger, sleek, silent, and totally terrifying, peered back. Well, Little Tiger, asked his brother, did you scare anyone? As a matter of fact, I did, said Little Tiger. Myself!
Now that we've read The Tiptoeing Tiger, we are going to make our own Little Tiger art. So for this, you're going to need blank paper and a pencil, and either crayons or markers. Let's get started. Okay guys, we are going to draw a little tiger in the jungle. So to start with, our paper is in landscape position with the longer sides at the top and bottom. And we are going to start in about the middle with Little Tiger's head. Now I'm going to recommend that you draw everything lightly at first because we are going to do a lot of erasing. So we've just got a circle for Little Tiger's head. Then we're going to give him some ears, just little half circles for ears. And then we are going to give the little inside of his ear. But we are going to take our erasers. You can use your pencil eraser. I'm just using this really big one. And you're going to take off this line because we are going to try to make him look as much like an actual tiger as we can. So we've got Little Tiger's ears. Now for his body, we're just going to make some kind of wavy lines that go just off down to the bottom and to the side. Next, we will work on his face. So I'm going to start with his nose. I want it in about the center. Just going to be kind of a rounded off triangle. And then his eyes are going to go up from his nose. So we're going to draw a line here. And that is where we're going to put his eyes. We're going to do a half circle at the top and a half circle at the bottom. And the same on this side, a half circle for the top. To meet a half circle for the bottom. Don't forget, we're going to give him some pupils. They're just going to be more curved lines. Curved line here, curved line here, two curved lines in the middle. So he's going to have those cat eyes. Next, we'll give him some cheeks. They're going to be round. We'll start going along the side of his nose, out to about the edge of our paper, and just bring them back up to meet the middle of his nose. And like I said, we might be erasing a little bit here on all of our little tiger. We're going to do the same thing on the other side, try to make it match. And then we're just going to draw his mouth here at the bottom. So obviously, tigers are going to need stripes. So we're going to put some stripes on his face. And for his stripes, I am just making triangles. I'm going to put some triangles on the side. You can put as many or as few as you would like. But I'm not going to draw the triangles over his cheeks because that's where we're going to need some whiskers. So then same thing on his body. I'm just going to draw some more triangles for his tiger stripes. They might run off the page, that's fine. So then on this side, we're going to give him a tail. So I'm just going to make my tail look like it's coming up off the side of the page. And there it is, and his tail is also going to need some stripes. So, we're going to need to add some whiskers. I'm going to add some little dots, you know, where whiskers usually come from. And then I'm just going to give him maybe 3 whiskers. So those are just going to be some curved lines off of his cheeks. There's our little tiger. But, you know, our little tiger was tiptoeing through the jungle. So we want to make it look like he's in the jungle. Now this is where all that erasing I was talking about is going to happen. We are going to draw some big jungle leaves. And we're going to make it look like he's hiding in them. So some of them are going to have to come across his face. So you see, I just drew a triangle shape for a leaf. I'm going to put a line down the middle like the leaf's vein. And I just erased the little part of his face that it covered. Now all the leaves aren't going to cover his face. I'm going to draw some more. This one can be behind his whiskers, so I don't have to erase anything. I might draw another leaf that comes here. So again, I'm going to erase where I'm covering. But again, not all of them are going to cover him. Some will go behind him. So we're just looking like he's hiding. And there's going to be another one here, but it will be behind our tiger. So then I'm going to put some more leaves, maybe they go over here, maybe just a little bit in front of his head. So you don't want to cover his face, really. We just want to make it look like he's hiding, like he's trying to sneak up on all those other animals. Lots of big jungle leaves. And we can smooth these out a lot once we color as well. I want some skinny leaves, some fat leaves.
I want to change the shape of some of our leaves, like this one. I'm going to make it a little rounder. There we go. So, I'm going to put some leaves that go behind his tail. And then maybe a leaf in front of his tail. So, I'm just erasing a little bit along the way, just to make a nice little tiger hideout. Now their outline's finished, and we've cleaned up all of our lines. We are going to color. Now, I'm probably going to use a combination of crayons and markers, but these are the primary colors I'm going to use. I'm going to use different oranges, different greens, a blue, a black. So what I suggest is I am going to take my black marker and go over all of the black parts. So this is where I'm going to start. You can use crayons or colored pencils here if you would like. But I think it's easier to finish up once we see where all the black is on our tiger. Then we can get to our vibrant colors that are going to make it really look like he's hiding out in the jungle. Don't forget to color his pupils. We'll get to the irises next. So I'm just going to go through and color all of the stripes on my tiger. Okay guys, now we've got our black. So next I am going to start coloring my tiger orange. So just all of the places you would normally have that are orange on a tiger, his face, his body, the rest of his tail. We are just going to go through and add our orange because that is going to be our next biggest color on our entire paper. Just going to be really careful not to get any orange on his cheeks. And I'm probably going to do his chin or his mouth a slightly different orange. So just the outside of his face. We're going to get all of this down here on his body. And we're going to come over and also get the rest of the orange for his tail. Just make sure you don't color your leaves orange. Alright guys, our tiger is starting to look a lot more like a tiger. I am going to take my pink now and give him a nice pink nose like Little Tiger in our book. Then I'm going to take a lighter orange and do his chin, just so it stands out a little bit from the rest of his face. I used regular orange for the rest of him. This is the yellow orange in my box. But again, you can make it the same color. If you're using markers, definitely you're going to make it the same orange. It's up to you. Now we're going to start with all of our greens. So this is our next most important thing. I'm going to give him some green tiger eyes. But don't forget, if you're not satisfied with your colors, you can make new ones, especially if you're using crayons or colored pencils. So I want his eyes to be more of a yellow green, so I'm going to take a very light color and go over the green I picked for his eyes. And now you can see we've made a slightly new color. We're going to do that with our leaves too. So that was one reason I said I like using crayons for this activity. If you're using markers, again, that's still fine. You just want to be able to blend some colors like we're doing. So next, we're going to start on our leaves. So I've got 3 different greens, and I'm just going to go through and color the leaves with these colors, and then I'm going to blend some of them together just like I did with our tiger's eyes. So go through and make sure you color all of your leaves. You can make them whatever shade of green you want. Remember, he's just going to be hiding in the jungle just like he was when he was tiptoeing up on our other jungle animals. Okay guys, we are almost finished. There's only one thing left. We've got our tiger, we've got our jungle leaves. Now we've just got to fill in these white spots. I am going to use a medium blue to make it look like there is sky behind our tiger. But if you have a different green and you want to make it look like there's just more leaves and trees back there, by all means use that. But I'm going to use this nice medium blue just to make it look like he has some skylight back there. So again, I'm just trying to be a little careful not to get my colors mixed up. But in all of these extra empty white spaces, that is where my blue is going to go. And there you have it, guys. We've got little tiger. He is hiding in the jungle, in the leaves, waiting to try to scare another animal. So I can't wait to see yours. Don't forget to send them to me on my Google Classroom or bring them to our next Google Meet. See you soon.
I hope you enjoyed the Tiptoeing Tiger. Don't forget to tell all of your tiger friends that you are sleek, silent, and totally terrifying.